Hello. We're gonna see what decides to load. Then we're going to wait a couple more minutes, see if people come on. And then we'll talk a little bit before we start drawing, which is what we usually do. This time, however, my microphone is working. I can see it wiggling in the graphics in the bottom. So today should not be half a stream of complete silence. Also, today, when I finish my soda, because there's not much left, I have an entire tumbler of Kool-Aid to back it up, so I shouldn't dehydrate on screen either. Learning from my lessons. And there we go, I just finished my soda. I'm thirsty. And yeah, despite my goiter, I don't only drink soda during the day. I have 2 maximum, usually the rest is tea, water, and in far third place, Kool-Aid. I do prefer water over Kool-Aid, but sometimes you really need a good Kool-Aid. So yeah, this week, I'm gonna post the rules. That's gonna help pass the time a little bit. Rules are always important. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of that. I kinda hosed that down, to put it politely. So last week, I'm pretty sure I mentioned, but you guys wouldn't know about it because as we all know, I did not know I had no sound, but I should have sound now because I can see the little graphic dancing. But I had taken an appointment to the dentist because I had issues with my microtooth. And this week, I went. And, well, I'm going to be talking about the today's bootleg cookie. The Yankening 1 is going to be about when I took the appointment. So there's that. Spoiler alert. And the Yankening 2 is going to be quickly about what they decided to do with it. But I'm going to spoil it now. They pulled it out. After all, it is called the Yankening, so yeah, they did pull it out. And I'm gonna wait till we have somebody live in the chat at least, because indeed, I do have the tooth. And I will show it if there's a demand. I will be mentioning it again once we have actual live visitors and not just my bots walking around and me. All in all, it took 15 minutes. Zero pain because I got to pick my dentist, so I took the dentist that I've been with for 34 years. And turns out, the actual reason my tooth was hurting is that it was loose in the socket. I'm not sure how to say it in English, but it was déchaussé, so it was basically loose and rattling into the socket, and that's why when there was pressure put on it, it would squish the nerve inside the socket, and that's why it hurt like the dickens. And I needed all the painkiller at the same time. Give me an epidural, straighten them out. That's how bad it was. So while I was waiting for the appointment, I ate only on my left side. And when they pulled it out, first of all, it did not register when he pulled it out. He froze me up that good. And no, he did not need to put me under. I was never put under at the dentist. That's why when my American friends ask me if they put me under, I was like, what? Why? What for? But yeah, no, I'm good. I'm very good at the dentist. I'm not afraid of the dentist at all, especially not this guy. And literally, I felt nothing. It did not register when he pulled out my teeth. My teeth, just the one tooth. One's enough. And even when the assistant that had it in her hand and showed it to us, it did not register that it was my tooth. Like, I was legitimately confused. I was like, when did she have time to 3D print a tooth? Like some serious confusion in there. And it turned out, on top of that, it had this gigantic but hidden cavity right on the side of it. And since that tooth was not growing from the middle of the gum, but the side of the gum, and I couldn't feel it with my tongue while it was in there, I'm guessing it grew under the gum. And like, it's a huge thing. Like, I'm looking at it right now. I twisted the tooth in a little bag so the cavity would be outside, so you can enjoy all the gross details. But yeah, like, of course now my teeth are dirty as we're speaking because I'm drinking and colored stuff. But other than that, I take pretty good care of my teeth. It's just that tooth was in such an awkward place, I couldn't take care of it properly. Anyway, I couldn't even use it to eat. That's how much on the side it was growing. It was growing horizontally. That's how bad it was. Basically. But now it's, we're what, on day 5? Attends un peu. Mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi, yeah, day 5. We're on day 5, I feel fantastic. On day 1, it was not super fun after I unfroze. I felt the same pain as when I would bite on top of it. So of course I had the Oragel, I had the Advil, etc. But starting at the morning of day 2, pain completely gone. Completely. Not even a dull little ow. No, completely gone. So yeah, my little mouth problem is cured. And there's still nobody. But you know what? We're not going to let that stop us. Even if people don't have time to watch me, because I am on a weird time slot, and it's literally the only time slot I have in my day. That's why I have it recorded on YouTube, so people can actually enjoy it later. And there's Paul. Good afternoon, Sharon. I'm happy to hear you're feeling better. I am feeling better, and you're happy to hear it, too. I made sure my sound is working this time. I can see my little graphic for my Yeti stereo microphone going beep, 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 and hitting the yellow all the time. But yeah, I'm doing fine. I got my bandana on today because honestly my hair is way too long. I can't do anything with it. I need it shaved. I can't stand it anymore. Mother promised she'll shave it sometimes this week. So there's that. There's also some experimentation I would like to do after the stream. I might take pictures, maybe, depends if it works well or not. Because I've seen some watercolor paints called Supervision. And I've been reading up on them and turns out that they're quite shit. But the whole point of these watercolor paints was that you apply it and then the colors would separate, either from light to dark or from one color to another. Like one of them is called Rose Ash, and the color would separate blue and red. But it turns out, due to the type of dye, because you're supposed to mix pigment paint and dye-based paint and or ink, as long as they're liquidy, together, and that's what will cause the randomized separation. And apparently the animal and or plant-based dye that Supervision uses is very volatile, so even if you keep it sealed in the tube, it's going to degrade rather quickly. So you're stuck with a very dull main color. And considering the price they are, I'm going to be doing some experimenting based on a YouTube video and slash review that I watched. And I'm going to be digging in my stock to see if I have anything dye-based to mix with my pigment-based stuff. Like, I know, because I did a quick research, that Liquitex is supposed to be pigment-based, but I'm still going to try it with my watercolor, because this is acrylic ink. It's not watercolor. So there's going to be some experimentation going on with my different colors, my different paints. See what I can do. And yeah, that's what we're going to do after the stream, probably. Well, I'm going to do the after stream work first, of course. You guys are paying good money on Patreon to see Bootleg Cookie early. I'm also in the middle of the Power Trip page 4, so you guys will get to see the steps and final page sometimes this week. I was slowed down because, obviously, yeah. So we're just going to move this to the side. And gonna hide that. There we go. We're going to get to the interesting part of the stream, where I talk a lot less and I draw a lot more, and it's a lot more fun for everybody. Sippy sippy. Stay hydrated, folks. I have yet to see a reply to my suggestion of moving the graphic for the Throne supporting yet. Oh! Something happened. Something happened while I wasn't looking. Oh, I just heard the tit-tit-tit-tit-tit-tit-tit. Does this mean... Oh, hang on. I gotta go back to the main... It's now fully funded. The new screen protector for my tablet. Oh my god, thank you, Paul. We all know it's you. Thank you. Oh my god, you guys had no idea how scratchy my current screen protector has gotten. Like, with all the chips that I scratched off of it with my titanium nib, but now I got some AliExpress chip plastic nib, so that's going to be easier on the next one. Like, my screen looks like I sneezed on it like 20 times and I never wiped it down. Okay, you guys, give me a little minute. I have to get back to the big webcam again while I do some backstage stuff. Oh my god. Oh, this is going to be this is going to be so nice. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I cannot thank you enough. You saved my life over and over and over and over. Come on. So if I do this, will you load? Oh, it doesn't want to load. Give me a hot minute, people. It's just giving me some trouble. There we go. Oh my god. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Me, my nibs, my tablet, my ears from all the every time I hit a scratch. I can't thank you enough. I'm not crying, you're crying. So yeah, let's try to focus. I'm going to be working on the ordering that screen protector after. Right now I just needed to put up a new donation thing. So yeah, where's my script again? Yeah, here we were. Let's get to it, shall we? Vintage, high-res, Thomasma, bootleg cookie. There we go. Never be afraid to erase. After all, it's just a sketch. Not like it matters. That's the whole point, really. Also, for some reason, when I tried to wake up the computer today, my keyboard was like completely drained. And now I can unplug it. So I don't know what caused the keyboard to drain. Hello. I'm trying to unplug the charging cable. Oof. There. It's very solid. Oh. Hello, visitor. Coming to have a little snoozy in your basket? Yeah. It's boring upstairs? Yeah. If this is not a good example of how much it hurt, well, there you have it now. You know what? Despite constantly thinking about it, I managed to draw myself the wrong way around. So here's what we're going to do. And the music going, check this out. And then we're going to move the text around. Because my pain was on this side. From the sound of it, I would guess that my sister is here. Of course, I'm going to want to show her the tooth. And from the sound of things, yes, it's my sister, because right now I'm hearing her fiance. I like him, he's goofy. Hi, Coco! Deflated pump, it's bad. Oh, it was. It was. Also, I don't know if you noticed, my Throne Gifts goal changed, because now the screen protector, the new replacement screen protector, is fully funded. I am very happy. My ears are happy. I'm not a fan of scratchy noises, and I've been working on this for a while. Like, how hard do I draw, really? With the plastic, easily worn down nibs, I might add, I managed to scratch off the anti-glare of the middle of my screen. And on this one, with a titanium nib, I chipped it off. So yeah, maybe, because now I got some cheap replacement ones, because, like, if you're gonna be an incredibly cheap piece of plastic, might as well get them for even cheaper. That's what I'm saying. It's going to be the same durability. Anyway, which tooth was it, by the way? It was this one. So if there's a request in the chat, I will actually switch to the big camera and show the tooth. In my mouth, it was like way back here. It grew it was a wisdom tooth, but it's a micro tooth. So it grew in place of a molar, but it's not shaped like a molar at all. So if there's a request in the chat, I'll switch on the big webcam and I'll show you guys up front and center the tooth. So I'll keep sketching in the meantime. Just take a look at that thing. That front tooth wasn't your only wonky one. There is nothing wrong with my front wonky tooth. It's a beautiful tooth. I saw it. It's like if a tooth was a jack-o'-lantern. Let's switch on the big webcam. And while we're here, so you guys have the impression that I'm looking at yous. There it is. Oh my god, it's even worse up close. The infamous micro tooth. The first time I actually see it up close. Look, if you guys can see, if it decides to focus when I put it on the side. Look how deep that cavity was. And nobody knew it was there. I couldn't feel it. The dentist didn't see it. The assistant saw it once she had my tooth in her hands. And that, as you can see, if you have any rudimentary knowledge of teeth, this is not the shape of a molar. I don't care who you are. This is not a molar. A premolar at best. And even then. But it grew way back here as a wisdom tooth. Which probably proves I don't have a lot of wisdom. Gnarly, isn't it? That little thing put me in a lot of pain if I touched it. Because otherwise, I didn't feel it at all, as long as I didn't put pressure on it through eating. But they were like, no wonder you were in pain. Doctor thought it was only because it was knocked out of place and it was rattling in the socket. But when the assistant pulled it out and took a good look at it, she was like And honestly, I'm like, as far as I know, my other teeth are fine. Or you would have said something about it. But like, yeah, that hole is deep for a cavity there. And here's the thing, it must have been eaten for a while. That last time I went was in 2016. He would have seen something in 2016 if the hole was easy to see. Because I did have sensitivity in that tooth, like, rarely, but I did. And it's only, like, starting since 2 weeks ago that it started misbehaving, like, severely. But because I work very, very hard, and despite all my spending on art supplies, I still keep a nice cushion for just in cases. I had no qualms and no problem calling the dentist right away because something was wrong. I was not going to wait for it to collapse on itself. And it's not like I'm the type to go, well, I'm just going to be eating on my left side for 20 years as long as I don't have to go to the dentist. And honestly, it was affordable. Like, I was ready to put a new down payment on a car expensive. That cavity could be leased out as an apartment. $800 a month. No hydro, no heating. Don't give him ideas, Paul. They'll do it. They're that greedy. I am. Like, have you seen the price of art supplies? Like, literally, my new goal is a pack of paper. We had yet another bad blizzard. We smashed our previous record by a long shot. I didn't even bother getting dressed today. When the buses are curtailed, it's bad. Oh dear. That sounds like we're going to be getting it sometimes later this week. Depending on where the wind is going, but usually the wind blows everything to my place, so... So it's going to be a forced on you lazy day. Coco, my dear, my love, my cucumber. And yes, that is how I hold my phone. I like to keep my pinky under it. But I do it with my right hand, of course, because I'm left-handed, and with my old phone, the hole left by the protective case, whoa, hello, by the protective case was cut sharp, so I would have this giant bunion on the side. But this one is like really nice and soft. It's an official Apple one too, which is nice. And I got my little Fighting Ableism by Moonlight sticker from BB Cosplay. Hi, Bianca! Always happy to see you. And I've got BB Cosplay's compression gloves, which I wear in the morning when I feel my hands are too stiff. Hope you're doing well today, my friend. I'm doing okay. I just showed the tooth. So that's going to be in the archives. And I pre-ordered her artist gloves, which are these, but in the pattern of the Moon Bunny gloves, because I like that pattern and like that all my stuff will match. And that makes me happy. They should start shipping next month. And I'm super looking forward to it. Other things I'm looking forward to is for my new Kool-Aid paints. And I was talking earlier about some stuff I was going to do after the stream. Shiro showed us the real cavernous tooth on webcam. I was going to experiment. First, I was going to see if I had any ink that are dye-based and not pigment-based, so I can mix them with pigment-based paint and see if I can get some separating effect between the colors. And I'm going to be experimenting with that. I have 4 wisdom teeth, and so far I'm not in pain. I'm glad her wisdom tooth is gone. And then the size it is, it just showed that I don't have a lot of wisdom. But yeah, I've seen on AliExpress some paints called Supervision, and they're watercolor. And when you apply them on wet, the colors inside will separate because the technique is using a pigment paint and a dye. And that will cause them to separate. But I don't know which one of what I have is paint and what is paint is... Everything is paint. Is dye and what is pigment. So I'm going to be doing a bit more research. Because as I said earlier, my Liquitex are apparently pigment. And I have a couple colors, and I believe my Kuretake are pigment because I looked that up first, of course. So I'm going to see in what I have what is dye-based. If not, I might order a set of Ecoline paints, which is cyan, yellow, magenta, a green, and a black. And then we're going to see what I'm going to do with that. As far as I know, at the moment that we're speaking, I have 2 wisdom teeth. Teeth. Like, I think this one never grew. This one grew normal. This one is impacted, but not the pain impacted. It's just weird. And that one was a micro tooth. I can bet it hurts and it's annoying. I always find them like some kind of mutated tooth that is placed somewhere off. Oh, that one was mutated and it was definitely off. Like it was growing on the side practically horizontally. And it was just not the shape of a molar. When I say I was in pain, I hope this is clear enough about how much in pain I was. Shiro's a mutant, a native who can't tan, a Quebecer who is bilingual, etc., etc. Oh, I am one of a kind, alright. Now we're gonna wait for somebody to complain that I drew myself incredibly ugly again. I am not here to seduce you. I am here to chronicle my life, in case I forget. A tooth is nothing. Yeah, because the day after the Yankening, the official Yankening, I was feeling perfectly normal. I still waited a couple more days to start eating on this side of my mouth, but, 10. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice round number. But yeah, like, I know that there's, like, shifting powdered pigments. Holographic shifting powdered pigments, but that's not where I'm going with the test I'm going to do. Because the colors will not be shifting. The colors will just separate. That's slightly different. And like, I know I'm still at beginner when it comes to watercolors. But when has that ever stopped me, really? So far I'm doing fine, just relaxing and thinking about what to do today. How about learning to draw? Why? Because that's my suggestion to everything, because I enjoyed drawing so much that I want to share it with everybody. I am completely biased. Just for fun, because it's been a while. And I'm just proud that I managed to put that airship in the program. Yay, look at you guys go. Piff, paff, piff, paff. That's a little too small. There we go. Right now, on my quest to learn Spanish a little faster through video games, I'm at the cusp of entering flower fields in the Papel Mario. I'm having the time of my life. If I have words that are going to come out, congratulations, Restreambot. Yay. If I have words that I've learned from Papel Mario, it's going to be peligroso, suerte, and ten cuidado. Dangerous, luck, and be careful. Because, God, do they say that often in the game. Oh my God. If I learn by repetition, it's going to be those 3 right there. Restream bot ganked me. My bot cheated, that's what it did. It's nepotism. I demand a recount of the votes. I call shenanigans. But yeah, I'm also saying what I plan to do with my experimentation out loud in case somebody else is listening to this and wants to experiment too with two types of coloring. You have to work the pigment and watercolor and the dye watercolor or ink on the wet watercolor paper to get the effect. And I've just learned it on a video on YouTube. I've never done it before, so I have no idea how well it's going to work, especially when you're not a watercolor professional. I am not. But once again, when has that ever stopped me before? Giving up before even starting is for the weak. Yes, I'm going to judge you terribly. Judge, judge, judge. Here are my judgy fingers. The joke here is that it's very hypocritical because I don't learn calligraphy because I have terrible handwriting, and I'm not interested in learning calligraphy because I have a terrible handwriting. I could get better handwriting if I bothered to learn calligraphy, but it's not interesting to me, so... As for the learning treaty, that is on hiatus because I can't. I've been slowed down this week because of obvious tooth issues, but I am like ridiculously busy. Of course, there's Power Trip. Oh my god. Look, I just barely begun the project. I'll remember the name after the 40 pages. But literally, Power Trip and the Smack comics in general are more free for me to work on because I'm pretty much allowed to push the expressions and the movement as far as I want. Even if I have to stick to a Nozawa-like style, it's much more freer to work with than, let's say, the more serious style I have to adopt for a Clarity Girl crossover. And as soon as I'm done with that, there are other projects that I've been asked for. So my April is going to be busy too. And so on and so forth. And some of the other projects include writing down classes for short videos. Eventually. Oh my god. Ignore that alarm. That was simply my alarm to remind me that the fish have replenished in Pocket Camp. If anybody's curious, my face here is absolutely inspired from that girl that was playing the violin in the Claymation and the Courage the Cowardly Dog. Why, yes, I am a person of culture as well. I really gotta stop twisting my back. I don't know why I do it, but it's annoying. Now I'm happy because now I have a smooth certain drawing surface to look forward to. So yay! So happy. I like chocolate. I like chocolate too. Didn't stop myself from having any. I had a slice of chocolate cake last night. I mean, I brush and floss every day, so... And no, not since the Yankening. I've been doing it for a long while. Which is why I think I simply could not reach my back tooth correctly to clean it, because it's the only explanation for that gigantic cavity in it. Because I've been really good about my teeth. Just this one that decided one morning, fuck you. Fun fact, Sequential Magazine will be releasing the winners of each category this month. Either this week or the next. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Why, Shiro, do you know the results? Yeah. Tee hee hee hee. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I cannot deny nor confirm anything. But I wish I had access to all the graphics so I could really customize it, the entire thing. Like, you know damn well I would change that slot graphic for one of the monster slots from Dragon Quest. Because I do believe that, like, the only slots available in Final Fantasy VI is the slot attack from Setzer. And literally his first airship, the Blackjack, I believe. Yeah, because the second one is the Falcon. Is gambling themed, but there's no slots. There's no slot machines, only tables. Gives Shiro a big hug. Aww. Is this going to work, or do I need to put the word all together? Oh no, it works. Yay, I love hugs. Eventually, I'll put in an animation that actually looks like a hug. Right now it's simply a headbutt. It's a default one, but I'm pretty sure I can assign a custom animation for the hugs. I know what I want to use too. I want to use the magic summon pose to do the hug, because they pretty much all hold their hands together, and from the side it kind of looks like they're holding something, so I'm gonna see about that. But that's like 20 plus characters I'm going to need to quote unquote animate. I have to go now. Good to see everyone doing well today. Bye, Bianca. Thanks for coming. Bye, everyone, and stay safe. Can't promise anything. Doot 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 doot. Still feel a little ripped off that the SNES channel doesn't have access to the European version of the games on it. That would have been super fun. Earthbound is there. I would have loved to have seen Spanish Earthbound. I'm not even sure if Earthbound came out in Europe. But still, you know, more Spanish RPGs, please. That's pretty much how I learned English, so it only makes sense that I would pick more Spanish RPG options to learn it properly, because it worked so well the first time. Oh, that's right, there was something I wanted to try once I was done flatting. Well, we're all going to see it together as a family. I don't know if you guys know, I made yet another color palette this week. This one. That you guys can't see, of course. So we're gonna pop it up. There we go. Isn't that nice and clear? Now, in public forums, it's called the Kurt Tacky color palette. But we all know better, don't we? It's free plus, which means you can download it for free. If you want to donate a little something something for me to continue my work, you are free to do so. It is not an obligation, and this is not a call-out post. Because literally, these are colors that were taken from every current palette of Kurt Tacky watercolors. If you guys want to play with that and some watercolor brushes for Clip Studio Paint, go nuts. And you don't even have to pause the video, screenshot, and try to eyedrop every color. Literally, you can go on my Ko-fi and download the palette for free. I'm offering it for free. You are free to leave a tip if you want to, but the palette itself is free. Save yourself the trouble. That's why I made the palette, so you guys could save yourself the trouble of making it by hand. I wonder if it's going to pop up giant again. Oh, that's actually going to be real nice. But I'm just going to make it a little smaller. There we go. I am so dry. I hate everything. No, I don't. A very soft pink of my phone. Gonna be nice and cute and sweet. When you're pale, I've better skin tone than you do. Ellipse de temps. Pain makes you taller. Oh, me, anything that makes me taller, eh? But still, there was a limit to the amount of pain I was willing to go through. And the ears, can't forget that my ears change color. Now let's see. This is absolutely terrifying. But apparently it was supposed to help me see if I missed some stuff. While filling up. And then not really, is it? Aha! See that? It's blue. If I got the normal color picker, it gives me the color that we see. If I go pick up color from layer, it gives me the color that is actually there. That looks spooky. Yes, it does. But now, I can actually fill in the colors that I've missed. That is indeed very spooky. Oh, goodness. Look at all that. But yeah, I learned that recently. Apparently this is a good technique to help you when you're like me and you're kind of like the type to accidentally leave a lot of artifacts when you color. Maybe if I would take anti-alias off once in a while. That's to be expected because once again, anti-alias? Anti-alias? How is it supposed to be pronounced? Anti-alias? Elias? Professional comic artists don't know the frickin' words to their goddamn jobs. Oh, that's better. That look, you look stretch. Oops. Oh, I'm doing some cool shit with vectors. Like, I already agree with a ton of things Pieko says on lettering. But if there's one thing that I agree the most, it's organic speech bubbles. You know what? I'm gonna make that one really big around the words, which will give an air of even more vulnerability. Nope, not you. You. Doo-dee-doo. I believe it's way at the bottom. Dot it. Nope. Where is my dash line? I keep losing my dash line. What the hell? We're almost done, folks. Let me tell you though, I'm glad it was only a week that I had to wait for my appointment. Because that was a very, very long week. I mean, after a while, it kind of hurts to eat only on one side of your mouth, you know? All the pressure is on that side. Oops. Thanks for a great show. That second panel is awesome. When I say don't be afraid to push the poses or the facial expressions. There you go. That's it. That is the thing. I need to put it back in black though because over here it did a plus selection, so I need to put the red back. I'm gonna do that right away. But I keep forgetting to put the plus selection off. That is my fault. There we go. And again, I forgot to take the selection off. I am an idiot. One day I'll learn. But today is not that day, and tomorrow does not look good either. Maybe your firework rocket Shiro. And here comes the example that I mentioned when I talk about the ellipse tool. When it's a really, really small word, you can get away with using the default ellipse tool. When it's a full sentence, you want to use the more organic curved balloon tool. Okay, I believe with that we're done. We even got to see a new technique. Because I'm that good. That's what happens when you're a professional artist. I'm just happy because I'm going to have a smooth surface to draw and it's going to be less annoying for everybody, me at first. Because there's a lot of drawing going on outside of the webcamming. That's probably how I got the chips on my current screen protector to begin with. And with that, we're done. And as with every end of stream. Extra special caramel drizzled. Rainbow sprinkled thanks to our supporters on Patreon, Ember B, Paul K, Miss Enovis, David F, Marianne J, and Zedna. Your continued support is immensely appreciated. Next live stream, of course, next Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Hope you guys had fun watching me draw this. I had a lot of fun drawing it, especially the second panel. I'll see you guys next week.